It's our 93 boxing. I'm back with a quick video. Now, you already know I'm a person that believes that Americans not scared of Kell Brook. You already know that. And every time I make a video about something of that nature, people come back and they talk shit. They don't even argue my points head on. None of these guys. I fucking challenge every single person who disagrees with me is going to talk shit on my channel to argue it straight head on. Straight. I made a video quite a while ago. Not a while actually. It's like a few days ago. I think it was called. I said something like Kell Brook says Americans are Kardashian, when basically I argued that because Kell Brook's calling American a Kardashian because of he's like a whore fame and shit like that, a fame whore or whatever the fuck he described American as. And you know the thing is, Kim Kardashian made her name from another person by sucking another person up. In other words, being associated with another person that's famous. She didn't do shit herself. She didn't make her name famous by doing anything talented or gifted or anything of value apart from sucking a dick. See, Kell Brook's the same way. Every time he came on the media, it was because he mentioned American's name. That's exactly what Kell Brook has done. Am I like missing something? Like, please explain me head on. Not trying to say, oh, you're an American fanboy. You're deluded. This and that. No, say it head on. Why I am wrong. Go ahead, because Kell Brook's resume proves my point. The guy, he fought fucking Sean Porter, right? Good fight, right? I gave him all the credit in the world. Then he goes on to fight Kevin Bizier. Sorry, Jojo Dan, right? And then all this the Sky News or whatever, Sky Box Office or whatever they're fucking called. You got all these people saying, oh, Jojo Dan's under, like, Carl Froch is saying shit like, people are saying Jojo Dan's not a good fighter, but Jojo Dan's a terrific fighter. Shut the fuck up. You already know you're chatting shit. And these fans just buy it, saying, Jojo Dan. And they refer, this is the fuckboy shit that people do. They refer to Americans' opponents like Luis Collazo and Julio Diaz, bums. And yet they refer to Jojo Dan and Frankie Gavin like seem like alright fighters. I even had people telling me Luis Collazo's a bum. But like next week they're telling me Frankie Gavin's a decent fighter. He goes, oh, Frankie Gavin's a decent fighter. Why are you saying he's a bum? He goes, American for loads of bums. Man, are you stupid? Are you out of your mind? Seriously. Then he fought, Frankie Gavin. Then he fought Kevin Bizier. For those who don't know, Kevin Bizier is a guy who got knocked out by Jojo. I believe he got knocked out by Jojo Dan. But either way, he lost to Jojo Dan twice. Kell Brook's resume is filled with filth, disgusting, utter shit. He fought a guy called Ernie Smith who was on a losing record of like 80 losses and 30 wins or something. Less than 50 wins, or around 50 wins or less. But I think it was about 30 wins. Let me actually look it up. Yeah, I just looked it up, and I'm sorry, it's actually worse than I thought it is. It's initially he fought Ernie Smith at 11 wins and 80 losses with 3 draws, right? He rematched him in the same year. This guy now has 12 wins with 85 losses and 4 draws. Ernie Smith in 2006 fought Kell Brook for the 3rd time. What a trilogy it is. 13 wins, 97 losses, 5 draws. How you like that? Kell Brook, not that long ago, had more guys with with losses on their records than he did with wins on their records. And all of a sudden, right, this guy, he didn't do shit. He just called out American to be famous. And all of a sudden, he has a win with Sean Porter. He keep fighting bums, right? Which, okay, they were mandatories. Frankie Gavin was not a mandatory. So he fought Jojo Dan. I gave him a pass for Jojo Dan. He came off an injury, right? Then after Frankie Gavin, who was not a mandatory, he fought Kevin Bizier, who was a mandatory. He had no problem fighting these mandatories, right? Now, before the Kevin Bizier fight, I believe, or the Frankie Gavin fight, either one of them, I think the Kevin Bizier, He was about to. No, I think either one of them. Either way, so it doesn't matter. He was gonna fight Diego Chavez. Had an injury. It's fine. People can have injuries. People can have injuries, just like Klitschko had an injury against Tyson Fury. The fight still went on. Injuries happen. Fight gets postponed. Danny Garcia had an injury with Zab Judah. Fight got postponed. Danny Garcia, I think, had the same injury as Kell Brook. Well, allegedly. He kept his mouth shut when the fight was official with Diego Chavez. He opened his mouth when he pulled out the fight. How convenient. He could have made a fight with Jesse Vargas, but he pretends like as if he's not getting enough money if he fights Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas is asking for too much money. No shit. You could have made more money in that fight if you build up a bigger name. There would have been more money for both. But now you didn't, because all he did was fight Sean Porter and then came back to UK and then fight fucking bums. You're a world champion. You've defended against no top fighters. This is the first fighter against Errol Spence that you're gonna fight, that you're gonna defend against, that it's a good fighter. And all of a sudden, so many people said this guy's gonna move up as soon as Errol Spence becomes mandatory. And what do you know? He goes up and fights a guy that he knows if he loses to, he's still gonna get credit. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you think, right? If you think, any one of you think I'm wrong, tell me head on. Point out the facts. Point out why exactly I am wrong. Be consistent with it. Don't just say, oh, Amir Khan's scared to fight Kell Brook, blah, blah, blah. No. Tell me why Amir Khan's a pussy or not Kell Brook. Tell me, I'll repeat that again. Tell me why Amir Khan is a pussy and not Kell Brook. Until then, I don't see any logical argument against my points. Then he fought, he didn't want to fight no Errol Spence. Now, Kell Brook wants to take credit for fighting Errol Spence, and his fans wants to pretend like Kell Brook always wanted to fight Errol Spence. I don't know, man. They say dogs have a short-term memory. I didn't know humans did. I didn't know humans had a short-term memory. I mean, I guess most boxing fans do have a short-term memory. Now he's going to fight Errol Spence. If Kell Brook don't get a good fighter, if he doesn't get a top fighter, with a big payday, that can offer him a big payday. Some top fighters can't offer you a huge payday. They can offer you a good payday, but not a huge. So if he doesn't get an Amir Khan or any top fighter with a huge payday, he will fight a bum. Like he's been doing. I'm SR93 Boxing. I'm out.